Well, Hope's a special week, last game at home for the Waratahs.
Yeah, no, it is a special week. It's great getting my family out. Back at Allianz this year has been so great. Loving the stadium out there. So, yeah, no, thrilled. It's going to be good fun.
Does it feel a bit different this week?
You know what, it does. It'd be easy to come here and say it doesn't. It hasn't. You think about this moment for a while. Like, I signed a 5-year contract, and you're like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like when you get there, and then you forget about it. And then I've turned up this week, and my wife showed me some stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, like there's been a lot that's gone into this journey, and it's so final, or potentially not, but seems so final at this point in time. So it's a little bit like I'm trying to split up my week a little bit to really focus on the game. It's a big game for us to gather or rebuild some momentum going into finals. So I want to play well personally. That's my first focus, and then I think after that the final whistle blows, then I'm having my family there and hopefully get them onto the field to experience that with me. It'll be cool.
Was there a particular moment where you sort of sat down and said, "Yep, this is my time. My time at New South Wales is sort of coming to an end"? No,
not really. I had that break last year, and because I've been in contract for quite some time, I've never really sort of come off the boil. There's always been kind of next year. Sorry, it's just getting distracted by this little hobbit out there. It's Bernard. Never sort of, had the time just to see where things take us. So it wasn't through lack of wanting anything or wanting change or not wanting to be here anymore. It's just how the sort of cards have been dealt, and I'm really okay with that.
How do you think you'll feel when you're getting ready, you're about to walk out onto the field for the last home game?
I'll be focused and thinking about the game, to be fair. I've been lucky to play a lot of rugby, so I think the natural kind of feeling of, okay, there's a job to be done here, will take over. I've got good experience in that, so getting my focus right about what I need to deliver on the game will be front of mind. I bet I'll have a moment thinking about it, and then you make a first tackle or a first clean out or something, and then you're in. So then the game will go like that. It'll be good.
What do you think your legacy is here at the Waratahs, Michael?
I don't know. That's a good question for others. I think what I've tried to bring is effort always. Effort on the field, effort to improve my game, effort to lead well, and try and grow as a leader. I've gotten heaps of things wrong, countless things wrong in my time as a leader and as a player. I've gotten some good things, done some good things as well, which I'm happy with. I've tried to grow in my time in here from 2013 to now, and then it's got me to here. So I don't know. It's a good question for other people.
And when you see, I guess, the franchise and New South Wales rugby as a whole heading in the future, how are things set up?
Oh, I think we've got this place is amazing. So we've got, in terms of a bedrock or something to base ourselves off, a place, a home, it's fantastic. So it's a really good place to turn up and become your best player, best rugby self. If you're a 17, 18-year-old boy and you've got the opportunity to come in here, it's an amazing opportunity to come in here and better yourself as a footballer. I think that's really exciting. In terms of the cattle that's in here at the moment, hungry, really good coaching staff, a group fully that's ready to learn, and I think can really do some things over the next couple of years. It's going to take constant renewal and growth and understanding what our strengths are. But there's certainly, like I said, some great bones here for sure.
But you probably obviously have this year still to come and goals and achievements, but 2014, looking back to that, were you, when this all was said and done, will you look back with some satisfaction that you managed to bring a title to Sydney, to New South Wales?
It is a great thing to be a part of as that team. Rob Horne played in, I think, it was a 2008 final, lost in Christchurch, and I remember there was the week of the game, 2014. He goes to me, "We just got to win, because you might not ever get another shot." And we won that one, which was good. But we haven't been in the final since. Semi-finals, couple finals, but to be in that big final, haven't been there again. Hopefully this year's another opportunity there. So we managed to do it that year, which is great. But you never know what you've got until you're well past it, and it's almost 10 years ago now. So yeah, it's you kind of think back to some great times, but certainly a great reflection to have for sure.
No, I mean, it's a different stadium, but we're talking Sydney this week, aren't we? Is that topic? That's your best Sydney memory in blue, I take it?
Oh yeah, that semi and the final. So the semi at that ground was awesome against the Brums, and the final was is it still the biggest Super Rugby crowd?
I think so.
Yeah.
60 odd.
So special memory.
We're talking about, it's funny because we're talking about the end really for the Tars. Next year, do we know what's going on there? Are you taking a breather? Is Sevens firmly on the radar?
It may, when we had, I think, the last press conference, it's very much the same. So, as I mentioned before, I haven't been in the position to have an open sort of landscape. And that's really exciting to me. It's somewhat daunting at times because I've been so institutionalised by rugby, which is awesome. But for the 90% of the time, it's a really nice position to be in. Sevens is on the landscape, but there's a lot of work and detail that needs to go into that. Those guys are incredibly fit, and it's a different game, and it's a different beast to when I started and played a bit. Not for Aussie Sevens, but years and years ago. I'm a different player as well now, so how that would even look, there's a lot of discussion needs to be had, and is there overseas, is there something else? I'm really open to it.
Do you feel with your game as well that it's such a long year, it's a marathon, not a sprint in a World Cup year? Do you feel like you're just building and the talk might have been about Fraser and other people, but still 4 months until the World Cup or so?
I've been really happy with my performances of late. It's when I'm gone, the next 7 moves in, and when he's gone, the next 7 moves in. The only hope is that position just gets better and better, that would be a great thing for Australian rugby, isn't it? So competition's good in every position. We need that for a World Cup. My spot's no different. So that's the hope. With the legacy you leave, it just keeps getting better.
I guess on the Waratahs final side, just immediately, what have you seen, particularly over the past 5-6 weeks, that makes you think this team can really go deep?
Oh, look, I've been happy with the set piece. The game, having a good set piece is so important. There's a knock on, and if you're confident going into that scrum, you're kicking the sideline. You've got a maul. We've seen how good it's been for the Brumbies for however long I can remember, but you give away a penalty anywhere in their attacking 50, they're kicking into the corner, and there's a good chance they'll get a try, or they'll try and do something around that. So to have that part of your game strong really is a good base for your team to go off. There've been our defence has been good. It had a bit of a hiccup on the weekend against a really good Crusader outfit. Just a couple of tries through some serious skill, but also allowing them to get a bit of an edge on us there just hurt us. Felt like easy tries they were able to run in. So we've got to shore that up to be a solid finals team. But in saying that, we had good performances, defensive performances, probably from the round we hit the Chiefs, even though there's a couple of losses in there through to without barring a couple of blips on the radar. It's been getting better, and it needs to be improving. Yeah.
Just clarifying, Michael, is overseas an option next year, like another stint in Japan perhaps, or anything like that? Or
keeping up. No, it's not off the cards.
Feels like you've obviously been playing for a long time. You're only 31, aren't you? So you're not an old man yet. But with the next decision, you're aiming to still be in boots by 2025, for example. So if there's a call about lines that you might be able to be part of that.
I don't know. Never say never. But I've travelled a lot. I've been lucky to do that and do this for a long time. I've got a young family. However that shapes up over the next little bit, and what that takes to get back in a gold jersey at that point of time, I don't know. So it depends. It's I don't know what the next 6 months looks like. I don't know the next 3 years.
And with the 7 stuff, just the fact that it is so different and so challenging and maybe a little bit scary. Does that hold appeal, just given that you're a guy that likes big goals, you know what I mean, like big challenges?
Yeah, it does. Certainly, it would be a change of my body comp, an understanding of a different game, in a new environment. So yeah, there's certainly appeal there.
Have you had anyone reach out this week that doesn't instantly kind of spring to mind?
No. Yeah, a couple of guys. Yeah.
Are you able to share?
No. No, it'll be good. Yeah.